Cooper Flagg is the straw that stirs the Mavericks drink. He could change everything for the Dallas Mavericks this upcoming season. And on today's show, we're going to talk about everything that Cooper Flagg brings to the table to the Mavericks and how special his rookie season really could be here in Dallas. Welcome into the show. Jeffrey Cooperstein here with you guys. But if you are excited to watch Cooper Flagg play for the Dallas Mavericks, hit that thumbs up icon for me right now. If you like Cooper Flagg, you better be liking this video. I know I'm excited to watch Flagg play for the Mavs. It's going to be a very interesting and exciting and polarizing season for this basketball team. Can't wait to see what it has to offer. I kind of alluded to this earlier, but the trajectory of this Mavericks franchise is absolutely dependent on Cooper Flagg and how good he is early in his NBA career. I think this Mavericks team has aspirations to be better than maybe it's constructed at the moment. They want to be in contention for titles on a year-to-year basis, and that starts and ends with the number one overall pick in the 2025 NBA draft. Look, we all know Flagg is a fantastic talent. We all know that he can bring to the table a lot of special things. We know that he is someone that they call a generational talent, and I do think we use that term a little too loose maybe here in the NBA sphere, but I think that he can be a really, really good player in this league, maybe even an elite player. We'll start with what he did in college last year at Duke. And he was nothing short of fantastic. Averaged 19 points, 7.5 rebounds, and 4 assists. Had a block and a half and a steal and a half a night. And shot pretty well. 48% from the field, 38.5% from three. And I know coming into college, people were concerned about how Flagg would shoot the three-point shot at Duke. And I think people are still concerned about how that may happen in Dallas as well, because it is a longer three-point shot in the NBA, but maybe in the corner, he'll be able to still knock him down at a high level. Although it's going to be more difficult than it was in college, I do think he'll be able to score the ball. Maybe not as good as he did at Duke, but I think with some sort of efficiency. And he did win every award under the sun at Duke. ACC Freshman of the Year, ACC Player of the Year, National Player of the Year, Defensive First Team. Anything you can think of as an individual award at Duke, Flagg won it. I mean, he was absolutely unbelievable at Duke, one of the best freshmen that they've ever had. Coach K said he is the best freshman that he's ever seen at Duke, and he didn't coach him. He coached the likes of Zion Williamson and Brandon Ingram and Kyrie Irving, and the list goes on, and he said Flagg was the best freshman to ever roll through Cameron Indoor Stadium. That's high praise from one of the guys who you would consider the greatest college coach of all time. And I gotta say, man, the moment the Mavericks won the lottery, and I knew we were getting Cooper Flagg, this was my reaction. We were live on stream when this happened. You should go back and watch that stream on May 12th when we officially found out that the Mavericks were going to win the NBA draft lottery and have the right to select Flagg. I went absolutely nuts because I knew what it meant for this franchise, and we were down in the dumps for 3 months, and then the second we got that, the franchise-changing moment was when they won that draft lottery, and they were able... You could see a glimpse of the future with this Mavericks team with Cooper Flagg, and that's what gave me so much excitement for him, and I hope that he can bring an NBA title here back to Dallas. I want another parade. I want a parade. I want a rally in Victory Park. I want all of that stuff, and I want Cooper Flagg to be the guy to bring it to us. Will Cooper Flagg win a title in Dallas? Type Y for yes or type N for no. Pin comment on today's show. Go on down there and get your votes in. And while you're doing that, while you vote if Cooper Flagg will win a title in Dallas, hit that subscribe button. We are in a daily subscriber battle today with Warriors Today over at Chat Sports. That fraud Tyler Smith over at Warriors Today, he's an absolute bum, and we have to beat him in our subscriber battle today. YouTube.com/MavsTV is the place to be for all things Mavericks all year long. Flagg in the Summer League did struggle in Game 1, but in Game 2 really picked it up, and you saw what he could do. And I will say this about the game against the Lakers. He didn't do well shooting at all, 5 of 21 from the field, didn't make a three-point shot, but he did do the other things that you expect from a winning player. He had 6 rebounds, he had 4 assists, 3 steals, and including a key block that helped the Mavericks win that game against Bronny James and the Lakers in Summer League. And then in the second game against the Spurs and Dylan Harper, he ended up with 31 points and 4 rebounds and really showed his scoring acumen in that game. So you saw everything that he could do on the court in the Summer League. And yes, of course, it's Summer League. And yes, those games don't really matter. You're not playing against real NBA competition, and that's all fine and well. But you could see what makes Cooper Flagg, and I'm excited to see it in real game action in just about 5 weeks or so. I want to bring back what the Ringer said about Flagg heading into the NBA draft, and I think this write-up perfectly summarizes what Flagg can be as a player. He doesn't yet have one elite skill, but his ability to do a bunch of things well puts him in rarefied air. He's a twitchy, long, and bouncy athlete. He also doesn't have a significant weakness, so even if a team, the Mavericks, already have a high-usage prospect in place, they don't have prospect or Kyrie Irving anymore, but they do have Anthony Davis, Flagg likely won't struggle to find his way. He projects as the type of player who will elevate superstars to another level, and boy, do I hope that's the case. Capable shooter off the catch and never bails out the defense with inactivity or misguided movement. His sense for whether to attack or vacate space, depending on where the ball happens to be, is very advanced for his age, just 18 years old, and torments defenses with his opportunistic passing and scoring once he's made those choices. He relishes defensive challenges on or off the ball and ends possessions quickly, creates and finishes in transition. It is a holistic basketball experience. And when you think about a holistic basketball experience, you're thinking about the guys like Kawhi Leonard, like Jason Tatum, the true two-way players in the NBA, like younger LeBron James. You're thinking of those guys who impact the game at both ends of the floor. We know Cooper Flagg is going to impact the game on the defensive end right away as a rookie. There are a little more concerns and a little more growing pains on the offensive end. I think he has to develop his handle a little bit better. I think he has to work on his shot selection a little bit better. But man, you are dealing with a super high floor where just if the shot's not falling at the start, you know he's going to be able to impact winning on at least one end of the floor right away. And that's reflected in the NBA Rookie of the Year odds, where he is the runaway favorite to win the award at minus 225. You have the likes of Trey Johnson out of Texas, VJ Edgecombe out of Baylor, Dylan Harper and Ace Bailey, both out of Rutgers, rounding out the top 5. But I think it would be a disappointment if Cooper Flagg did not win this. And he's also going to play up and down the lineup. Like, he's going to play in a lot of different positions. And I think that the Mavericks are going to try to find a way to use him in the best way possible. And we'll see how it goes. We know Kidd likes to experiment in the first half of the season. I think he's going to start this season playing shooting guard. Like, he will be in the starting lineup. It'll be D'Angelo Russell, Cooper Flagg, PJ Washington, Anthony Davis, and whatever center you want to put out there, and that's if AD is even ready to start the season, which we hope he is. But I do think he's going to end up playing small forward for the most part, followed by shooting guard. He'll also play some 4 in the Mavericks' more versatile and athletic lineups that they put out there. And Jason Kidd did say he wants to use him a little bit at the point guard spot and let him initiate the offense and let him run the team. That's something you could see here as well. And if his handle is developed by Coach Phil Handy, who is an excellent developmental coach, then maybe the Mavericks will have something special in Flagg as a point forward who can really do it all. And coming up, I'll tell you what I think you guys should expect this season exactly from Cooper Flagg. And spoiler alert, it's a lot, because you should expect a lot from the number 1 overall pick. And if you want to get the number 1 overall picks jersey, we have it right here at chatsports.com/Flagg. That link is in the comments and description of today's show. Multiple sizes, multiple colors are available. Once again, chatsports.com/Flagg. You're supporting the channel and supporting the newest Mavericks rookie by going and getting yourself a Cooper Flagg jersey today. Jason Kidd compared Cooper Flagg to another former Duke Blue Devil and a former colleague of Jason Kidd in Grant Hill. And if you guys don't know, Grant Hill had an incredible rookie season and was well on his way to becoming a Hall of Famer before the injuries kind of took it over. And I still think he ended up making the Hall of Fame anyways. But Grant Hill was a great player before the injuries really got to him. In his rookie season, he averaged 20 points and 6.5 boards, 5 assists, 47% from the field, and 2.7 stocks, and stocks are steals and blocks combined. I think it's extremely realistic for Cooper Flagg to kind of do the same thing. I think he could have a year, maybe not as good scoring wise as Grant Hill, but I think defensively he could maybe have just as good, if not a better. So here is my stat projection for Flagg this season. And guys, this is not an exact science by any means. I don't know if these numbers are going to be even close, but this is kind of what I project him to do. I think he'll score about 16 a game, hopefully grab 7 boards and 4.5 assists, and then he'll have a block and a half and a little more than a steal and a half per night while shooting 43% from the field and 32% from 3. And I think the field goal percentage numbers I'm a little lower on, just because I really think that's where he has to improve the most, is from the field, and especially from 3. I do think he's going to be an impact player right away, and I hope that he can develop his shot, he can develop his offensive game in order to elevate the Mavs even more in the Western Conference. And I think if he does that, then this Mavericks team has a chance to be pretty damn good. And I do think it's fair to expect a lot from Cooper Flagg. Is it fair to expect him to win Rookie of the Year? Maybe not. Maybe that's a little bit of a lofty expectation. But that's what the expectations are when you're the number 1 overall pick. You are expected to change the trajectory of a franchise. You are expected to be great. And I am expecting greatness from Cooper Flagg. Is that going to happen in year 1? Maybe not. But hell, that's what the expectations are for Flagg and the Dallas Mavericks. I asked you at the top of the show, and I'll ask you now before we head on out of here, what will Cooper Flagg win a title in Dallas? Y for yes or N for no? Let me know if you think he'll bring the Larry O.B. back to Dallas. That will do it for today's show, guys. Appreciate you for tuning in to Mavericks Today by Chat Sports. Just a couple of short weeks before the Mavericks start playing some actual basketball, and we've got some real discussions to have here regarding the Mavs. So without further ado, we'll see you guys soon. And always, let's go Mavs.